What's going on, guys? We are doing maintenance on a lot of the tanks here, and it gets to be a lot when you have a lot of nano tanks. Nano tanks are less maintenance sometimes. I don't know, because there's a lot of trimming, whatever. Today we're actually going to be trimming some Water Wisteria. I did a video a hot second ago talking about Water Wisteria. I got some cool questions regarding them. Look at that beautiful entertainment center. It looks magnificent. By the way, you can check out that build on my main channel, Palmer Aquatics. So, Water Wisteria. And the reason we're going to be trimming this Water Wisteria is because it looks like weak sauce. You can kind of tell the plants are looking lackluster. They're just not exploding with foliage, and they don't look great. Which kind of sucks because Wisteria is maybe one of the easiest plants on the planet, and the fact that I can't grow it in there. Maybe I can blame it on this Chinese LED. A lot of plants do better with like, ooh, that's bright, like a deer in headlights bright. A lot of plants do better with a larger, cleaner burning diode. Is not to get too technical, but this is like a little bit of a better one here. And you deal with less algae, and the plants just appreciate it more. So I guess what I'll do is I'll set up the tripod, and I'm going to show you guys how to trim this, aka propagate it, even though Water Wisteria is super easy. Literally all you got to do is cut it between the nodes and just kind of replant it. And also one thing that kind of makes this plant, Wisteria, look less good per se, is like when the stem is really long like that, and all of a sudden the foliage comes out at the top. It almost looks like a palm tree. It's just not the coolest look. And if I'm gonna be sitting there getting all zenned out watching TV looking at these plants and these tanks, I'm not gonna be looking at this sad weak sauce Water Wisteria. So we're gonna be trimming it. So please come along on my journey, and I'm gonna show you my growth. I'm just kidding. And for those of you wondering, this is a 20-gallon tall, and this deal that you're looking at right here is actually just a spacer. I use it to kind of lift up the aquarium lights, because when you lift the lights, you deal with less algae. The light's not as close. It's literally just like this haggard 2x4 thing that I made, that I spray painted. It's that simple. If you're looking to kind of like lessen your algae, then what you should do is raise your light. A lot of times people do it like a foot or 14 inches, 12 inches, whatever. You know, you can find your secret sauce spot of a height. Polycarbonate lids, you guys know that. You guys have seen all the vids. I have a video on that. I have a video on everything. All right, so I gave the camera a little bit of zoom action just so you can get in here a little better. I'm gonna do my best. This tank has tons and tons of guppies because obviously I am an expert breeder. No, I'm just kidding. Guppies will breed literally in any scenario. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our scissors in here, our fancy Amazon aquascaping scissors, and get between the nodes. As you can see right here, this is kind of like known as a node. And if you get right in between here is gonna be the secret sauce. I'm probably gonna trim this at the bottom right here. Zoink! Oh my god! What are we gonna do? So then what you do, what are you gonna do? This is what we're gonna do. You can see this plant right here. What I might do is kind of just peel these back right here. This is pretty good considering it's one hand. This is kind of the look we want of this plant. And what I'm gonna do is just kind of like I'll do it right in the front for you guys. Can you see that? I'll just jam it into the substrate, as you can see. Maybe throw it right here. And this is a dirted tank, so this plant has no excuses. There is literally miracle grow underneath the sand. This plant just looks just not the greatest. It's weird because the leafage, I wonder, and a lot of times what happens is when you trim this plant, like look at that leafage. You can just tell at the top here there's some new growth. It's just sad. And a lot of times when you cut these plants, it's the plant's defense mechanism. I know that sounds pretty fancy. To when you cut it, it actually comes back better. You know, like Amazon swords and such, when you cut the leaves, they come back looking better than ever. And what I'm going to do is kind of just fill in. Oh, cool car. Did you guys see that cool car that drove by? Yeah, you got a Honda Civic, bro. Sorry. I might have rage issues. It's been a bit different for me living in the city here with the idea of this being a store. What I'm going to do here is also cut here. And a lot of times when you cut these, you can kind of see little like runners of roots, kind of like, actually I'm running out of space in this tank. I'm just going to throw it here in the back because these roots or stems that I cut off are going to come back pretty good. This should like get a pretty crazy foliage here in the front. I don't really have an excuse though for that plant to look that lackluster. I mean, it's a dirted tank. Maybe I'll try switching this LED. It is, I mean, it's not a high quality one per se. So guys, let me know in the comment section, Water Wisteria, what you think of it. This is the trimming of it, kind of talked about the propagation. Give this video a like, for Pete's sake, for the love of fish keeping and my ability to zoom in. Wooloo, wooloo.